super nice fitting indoor car cover. JustDriveShop makes a beautiful car cover for our CRXs. They also make one for an S2000, which I think I'm going to get next. But they also did something super cool. I didn't ask for this. I don't know them. So either they do some research and they just saw me put an order in and then looked me up or something. I don't know. But I'm super appreciative of this. It kind of just blew my mind. I was really speechless the other day that I messaged them and was just like, hey, super awesome. I can't believe you guys did this. Thank you so much. So here's the car cover. And what they did was they went on my Instagram or something and they grabbed this drawing that one of my followers did, and they vinyl transferred it right on here, which is pretty cool. So it's a stretchy, very breathable fabric. It is definitely an indoor cover. They sell an exterior, like if it's outside. So I still got my GoPro mount, and you can see it's stretched over it. You know what the car looks like without the, car cover on. So I got my vents. I still got my splitter in the front, but it goes all the way down to the wheels. I've got the duckbill wing on it. This thing is really awesome. It would even cover that tow hook. I just didn't at the moment, but this thing fits like a glove, and I think it just looks awesome. This is a really nice fitting indoor car cover. So it's probably really hard to tell, but this is just so soft. If you're worried about scratching or paint or something, this is absolutely not going to do it. And it comes in a nice little bag. It's got their JustDriveShop, logo on it. It's got CRX on it. A little tie here. This is really a beautiful, an awesome piece here. All right, so this is what it looks like, the little kit. This is actually what's going to replace your bitch pin. Here's a little quick disconnect. So this is going to come out much easier than people usually fight with it. I don't have a problem fighting with it, but I also put like my little space grease, my anti-seize on it for anyone that is wondering, and they come out pretty easily. It's going to come with two fittings here. You're going to figure out which one fits. In my case, it's going to be this assembly. You'll see when we put it together what I mean by how this is the one that fits for my car. So for starters, I'm going to end up loosening this a little bit, and we're going to press these in. These just get pressed in here. You don't have to do this necessarily, but I just put anti-seize on it. You could use some kind of oil, lubricant. I get overkill with this stuff on everything. Oh.
This is the best part. They need to see the real you, Justin. You can cut it if you don't like it. I like this. This is real garage action.
Open it.
Everybody else has these same problems, so why shouldn't they see that you're a real person too?
I hope you're recording.
She's 100% recording this. You could hammer it in, whatever you want. We're just using the device.
What are we doing now?
Huh?
Wasn't it all the way in?
The other side, yeah.
Oh, why didn't you just do both at the same time?
Because
I know, there's two sides to the vise when it's that size, so like...
Something about space and time.
Congratulations, and this is what the end product looks like.
just really dirty. We're gonna wipe off now.
Yeah.
All right, so first pull off a little clip here. So it's pretty simple. Use a punch it out, and once it's out, the actual linkage will just sort of slide right off. All right, so here it is off the car. The dyno mount itself is gonna basically sit like this. You notice you got a pin up here. Mine's a Hotspot linkage. They're gonna be a little bit different, but all in all, you gotta get this off. So I'm just gonna sand this off, and they'll be able to pop this out. All right, take the fitting, pretty simple. Bolt washer. All right, so the pin's in, key's up on top. See, it's still kind of loose. You put it in third?
Yeah.
We're gonna tighten the Allens first.
Why are they in New York, though?
Why would you not put the pin from above?
You'd what?
Like, why would you not put the pin from above and then clip it at the bottom?
I would agree. I can't.
Because you can't.
No, like it runs. No.
The housing on the transmission sort of comes up right there.
Yeah, I agree. It should be.
I think
from
on a D series you can.
Can you?
Perfect.
It makes more.
I've never done it on a D series.
Huh?
I've never done it on a D series, so it's pure speculation.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, it would make more sense. Like I said, in case that pin was to fail.
So, I mean, yeah, it'd fall right out. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Allen wrenches or Allen bolts are tightened. So now we're just going to kind of tighten this. Are you up there, Matt, or no?
I think he's in the house.
Oh.
Yeah, since the lock washer is good, and then the bolts on top, like you're saying.
Yeah, that
Nice
feels.
with the other one.
Yeah, would you mind shifting it? Like it's going to like neutral? Just to make sure it actually like moves. You try going through all the gears? Pretty cool.
Ooh, nice, yeah. Tight.
All right, so tomorrow's track day, and we're just kind of doing some general maintenance on the car. So I've decided to upgrade to Motul 5.1. Last time I was kind of having some issues where I sent some brake fade towards the end, and I don't think it's the EBC yellows, so I'm just going to change brake fluid as recommendations from other folks. I've already bled the master cylinder, like I've already filled an entire Motul through it and fed it through the entire system. So now, along with doing this a second time, I'm just going to do some general maintenance. Put the wrench on. All right, so you can tell there's actually some pressure built up. Make sure your master cylinder is obviously topped off. Mine is, and I've already bled this whole system once through an entire Motul bottle, just to assure that Motul is what's in the whole system. I'm kind of locking it up now. We'll just check it just because. We're still way good. And all right, so that rear caliper I'm gonna call it bled now at this point. So another last thing is I marked this passenger rear. So this was on the passenger side, this actual wheel was, and I'm gonna basically just take the, the passenger to the driver's side to the passenger, and do the same thing with the front. And then the third event, I'm just gonna flip the fronts to the backs. Just kind of, promote some even wear on all the tires and just hopefully prolong the life and get as much as I can out of these guys. The Quafe rack is holding up great. It very nice to turn. I really don't have to take my hands off the wheel at all. Barely have to really, rotate the wheel that much, which is awesome. But I have the rack kind of tightened a little tight. I have it on purpose because at higher speeds it's a little twitchy with it looser. So it's great then at lower speeds, but then at higher speeds it's a little twitchy. So I'm gonna leave it at the setting that it's at, but I wanted to go away from the 320 millimeter wheel that I have and go to a 350. So I grabbed a Momo wheel, all black to kind of match all the interior. This is a 350. It's got a little bit of poke there, not very much. And this is everything it came with, pretty simplistic. So I'm just gonna take the energy wheel I have off and throw this Momo on there. All right, so I'm putting the Momo wheel on an energy hub here. So if you had an energy hub, you would have noticed, I guess, there's like this metal ring that comes in here that's got a slit in the middle, and it basically wedges its way in there, and it becomes flush with the outer surface of this. And that's because this Momo button actually sits flush with the steering wheel. So in this case, what it does come with is this little ring here, and this does not fit the energy hub. So what I did is I kind of just broke the little tab off there, and I'm essentially gonna sit this thing and try to sandwich it on there and see how this works out. All right, so I couldn't find the piece, and I could not get that ring that the kit comes with to actually fit in the energy hub. I tweaked it a bit, but I ultimately ended up just taking some 2.5-inch piping that I use for intercooler stuff, ended up making a slit in it, forced it in there now, and I basically just filed it just a little bit till it's flush on here. Put the little metal clip around the Momo hub, and now I'm just gonna bolt the steering wheel to it, and let's see if she fits. All right, so steering wheel got installed. You can kind of see maybe here, I got this pretty dang flush. Not gonna interfere anything. The wheel feels absolutely great. So the Dyno Designs here, I don't know if you're able to tell by this, but like, it's in neutral. This thing is rock solid. Go to third gear. That's all a little bit of movement it's got. You definitely got to pull on it. It has a very nice engagement, but there's none of that like, while it's in gear, the whole thing like kind of wobbles. Now granted, I've also got the hybrid shifter installed in here, but that mixed with this Dyno Designs, this is probably easily the best D or B series, with actual rods feeling shifter that I've ever felt. Definitely a 10 out of 10 as far as this. All right, so that's gonna wrap that up. I got the new Motul brake fluid installed, bled throughout the whole system, the new Dyno Design shifter, steering wheel. This track should be awesome. It's also gonna be great because the wife's gonna be driving the S2000, so she's never been on the track before. She has in the passenger seat, but never in the driver's seat. So super stoked that she's gonna be driving. I'm sure she's gonna be a little nervous, but it's gonna be super cool to have us both on the track at the same time. I really can't ask for much more. Wife's been on board with everything, so again, super stoked that she's gonna be doing that. I'm really excited to see also if I have any brake fade, by the third lap or whatnot. All right, so I'm also gonna do something a little bit different as I'm gonna use the water meth. I've had it in the car, it's been dyno tuned out here and in Florida, and I've used it a little bit on the streets, just kind of messing around, but The ultimate reason why I put it in the car before was I was worried about temps when doing autocross, which, is absolutely not an issue. Out here, definitely is an issue since, all of the different stuff I've done to get it to work, and it's working. But I'm really curious because last time it was, I think, high 80s, and my intake temps were, even after the third lap, they were cruising around like 128 to 135. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the boost down. It was before like between 16 and 18 pounds, and the car is just really difficult to drive. It's an animal. So I'm going to turn the boost down. I'm going to be aiming for about 10 PSI, and I'm going to leave the water meth to inject at 8 PSI. So we're going to see how the water meth does as far as intake temps and honestly just overall cooling the motor by making less horsepower. And hopefully by making less horsepower, it'll allow me to focus more on just driving the car. All right, so that's going to wrap this up. Super appreciate everybody watching. As usual, if anybody's got any questions, comments, concerns of anything that they see, or just general something from past videos, I love interacting with people. Just put it in the comments below. Find me on Instagram, might be a little bit easier because I can chat a little bit faster there. I did see, I think filming this, we're at like 1940, maybe 1940 subscribers. So super cool, almost at 2,000. That's just fantastic. And I don't want to forget, just one more time, if anybody's looking for an interior car cover, this JustDriveShop cover is just, it really is awesome. Super nice, and huge shout out to you guys for putting my car on the actual car cover itself. So again, everyone stay tuned. Can't wait for the next this actual upcoming time attack event.